I'm Valerie Greenberg, and you've been validated to eat healthy this Fashion Week and be inspired. And that's exactly what Chef David Burke is helping people do with the New Roots IRC pop-up restaurant launch here at New York City Mercedes Benz Fashion Week. Here with the man of the hour, Chef David Burke, who has partnered with the IRC and created this wonderful New Roots endeavor. Chef Burke, we're all about inspiring. You've been validated to inspire, and I see that this partnership has been able to allow you to do so. Tell me how you feel being in this room right now with all these wonderful people eating your delicious cuisine.
Well, I've been working with IRC for a couple of years. Now it feels great. It's, it's New York, it's winter, it's Fashion Week. Just got done with the Super Bowl. It's nice to be able to help people, and it's nice that people are supporting IRC, and the organization is great. The fact that Burke in the Box can supply food for fashion goers, and people have become aware of what IRC is really doing in helping refugees and people get started in the U.S. It's nice to be part of this. This is a nice Sunday afternoon.
I was chatting with somebody from IRC earlier, and she was telling me, it's really about realigning these people with their roots, which is so wonderful that you're able to do that.
Yeah, we're trying to help people get started, and Roots is great. Excuse me.
No worries, it's cold out there.
Because, they have gardens in 22 cities, and I was fortunate enough a couple of years ago to go up to the Bronx, help people pick some vegetables. They're growing their own vegetables, and a lot of the refugees are limited in their speaking of English, et cetera, et cetera. So for my restaurants, I can help hire them and get them started because, especially in a city like New York, the multicultural, people that work in hotels and restaurants, it's you don't have to speak English. We can teach you, we can help you, we can task you and educate you, and we can also feed you. So it gives people a nice safe haven to start their journey in the U.S. Step by step.
I love that. You're actually creating jobs as well.
Yeah, sure. I've worked in Europe when I was younger training, so I have a pretty good idea what it's like to work or go to a foreign country without a job. Well, even though I had U.S. to come back to,
sure,
but to go and work in a place that you don't speak the language and know how intimidating and how hard and stressful that can be. So we can take some of that intimidation and stress away and give people a secure job that they can start at the ground level and work their way up. That's a big step.
Now, I got to tell you, you're obviously a busy guy. You have a number of wonderful establishments. How long did it actually take you to come up with these amazing recipes for Fashion Week?
Well, we have a restaurant. We have several restaurants, like I said, but we have one in...
He's a man of many establishments.
We have one in Bloomingdale. It's called Burke in the Box. And there we do salads and sandwiches and casual fare. So we just kind of we took our pastrami salmon and made we made a little bit more fashion-driven, simple to eat.
Very posh, if you will, right?
Yes. And we made some quinoa salad and cheesecake lollipops.
Which I ate, and oh my gosh, the quinoa was to die for. I kid you not.
I know it's amazing how grains and vegetables can be so good. So
well,
that's one of our focuses.
My friend cooks for me sometimes, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best I've ever had. And then I realized she probably won't be cooking for me anymore. But in all fairness, you did make it, so that's a free pass, right?
We made it. We make it fresh. We're happy to be part of this. And when I first started with IRC, I didn't know much. Every time I do something with them, I learn more about the great organization, the start of it, what they do, and it's one of the organizations I'm involved in that really amazes me every time. There's a lot of dedicated people, and those that can. I can help, and I'm glad I can, but there's a lot of people that can help. So.
What do you think is the most fulfilling thing about inspiring others and giving others an opportunity, like you are creating jobs, as we discussed earlier?
Well, you know what I think about myself, and I was given opportunities to become a chef by people opening their doors and teaching me what they knew and handing me a knife or a fruit or a vegetable.
Got some lemons here. You want to give us a little? I don't really know how to chop lemons, to be perfectly honest with you properly.
Chop lemons. You squeeze lemons.
There you go. And we got some lovely lemonade from Suja here, too.
You zest them, you squeeze them, and you juice them. You don't chop them. You can chop them.
There you go. I'm not going to go into the food business, as you can see.
You don't need to
stick to this, right,
Stick to this business. Yeah. Food business is hard. But it's very passionate, and everyone knows how to. Every culture cooks. Every culture grows food. So there's a link there, and when you sit at a table and you cook food and you share food, and food is really a universal hospitality thing. So
you better believe it. I agree.
It's a natural. And people can learn how to cook and do things a different way. Everybody knows what a lemon is. And they can handle. Once they learn one task, they get good at it. The loyalty from some of the refugees we've hired in the past is tremendous too. You know, I mean, you teach them, you train them, and they're hard working. The loyal, they don't have a lot else to go to.
Right.
So it's a big step in their process and in their journey of starting over.
Being in New York City, actually, a question a little off topic. What do you suggest to people that want to learn how to cook that really just don't excel in that area, like myself? Are there classes out there that you recommend going to? Or?
There's classes in some of the schools. There's classes in people's apartments. There's classes in. You probably can go online and find classes. One of the things I recommend is go to a restaurant and eat. Ask for the chef and ask him if you can come hang out for a day.
Now,
some people do it, some people don't. I mean, that's the best way to learn if you want to get thrown in and see some real exciting. Plus, it's a lot of fun to be in a real live New York City action kitchen. Some chefs will let you, some won't, but I think it's certainly a novel way of going about it.
Oh yeah, and tell us, I mean, everybody loves your food, but who are some of the notable celebrities, if you will, that have just raved to you about your cooking?
Well, we can.
See, I put you on the spot now.
Well, we have a restaurant in Rumson, New Jersey, which is where Bruce Springsteen lives, and he's a fan. And
Bruce who?
Adam Duritz is another fan, and he's from lots of athletes here in New York and New Jersey.
Sure.
From Eli Manning comes into David Burke Townhouse.
Yeah,
Joan Rivers eats in our restaurant, and they come and they come and go. We don't, New York's New York, son. But you did put me on a spot. But we get lots of celebs and lots of athletes, and you know what? In New York and on the Upper East Side, and it's sometimes it's a celebrity you don't know. Ricky Gervais comes in, and he's a lot of fun. And he brought in
he just tells it like it is.
the guy that puts the needles. David, is it Blaine or something?
Oh yeah, he's like David Blaine, the magician. No, nothing
He
scares
brought
me.
him in for lunch one day. It was pretty fascinating.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for your time. I think the partnership is incredible, and as you can see, David Burke, the man himself, making things happen, creating jobs, and better yet, feeding everybody this fashion week. Okay, Chef Burke, it's been nice talking to you, but I need to get back to my lunch.
Back to your deluxious quinoa salad.
My deluxious lunch made by the man himself.
Butternut squash and
it melts in your mouth.
peas and quinoa. That looks pretty good.
It is good, let me tell you.
Dried cherries.
I feel healthier just walking in here, and I had a late night last night,
It does look good.
It is good.
And it's good for you.
Very good.